Here is confirmation. Leicester are in goal. The first new champions for 38 years. An unbelievable turnaround. 13 places and 36 points better than last season. It's an unbelievable story. Claudio Ranieri has done it. His old team doing him the ultimate favour today. They sung his name at Stamford Bridge. Claudio, Leicester City, champions. And those Chelsea fans loved it. Jamie Carragher, your reaction?
I think we've been waiting for this moment to come for so long, never quite believing it would happen. But I think there's no doubt that is the greatest achievement, I think, in the history of our game for what Leicester have done. I think it's unprecedented. I think in the past there's been teams who've come up and won the league, but it was more of a level playing field then. Now, what Leicester have done is give inspiration to every football club, every manager, player, supporter, all across the land, that one day that could be them. That's how football has become. It was a closed shop with the same teams winning year after year. You never believed a story like this could happen. It has happened. And you just think what that could do for the rest of football now. And if it could change and you see more of this more often, but fantastic achievement. You can't quite believe it's happened because you're talking about 5,000 to 1. But statue for Ranieri in the morning has to be, doesn't it?
It's amazing. Unbelievable is an overused word, Scott, but this truly is unbelievable.
I mean, I think inspiration was a word. You know, you go from James Vardy non-league, you go to players what have been rejected at previous clubs, to lifting the Premier League trophy. It is quite incredible. And like Jamie said, I think it gives everyone out there, a real opportunity and a real vision that anything can happen, really. And,
what about the manager who you work with?
Yeah.
You talked about those players. This is a guy who at the start of the season was being written off. He was the favourite to be the first manager to lose his job. Look what he's now done. Well, he's obviously done remarkably well. And, from the outset, I think what Claudio Ranieri has done in the media, in terms of raising the pressure from his squad. I think at the beginning of the season it was, let's get to 40 points. They get to 40 points, OK, let's get Champions League. It's only been over probably the few weeks that now we're going for the title. And I think he's probably just took the pressure off the squad at times and he's just setting realistic targets. And then realistic targets have been achieved and achieved and achieved. He's never set out an unrealistic target. And he's been fantastic and fully deserved. Like I said, a lovely man, an honourable man, a moral man, and deserves it all, yeah.
I think the thing with Ranieri, let's not forget the reaction when he was given the job. He was laughed out of town, let's be honest about it. But I think, I've said about an example to managers, players, clubs, wherever it may be, but in the management game, there's very few who people really respect and think of absolute winners. You think of Sir Alex Ferguson, Pep Guardiola, Jose Mourinho, and everyone else really gets seen to slaughtered, not good enough. But Ranieri's one of them managers who's been around for 20 years, managed top clubs, big players, won cups, managed at the top level and just missed out on the big trophies. And we still don't accept that as being a top manager. Finally now, he may get the credit as maybe his career's deserved, and you think of what he's done. And there's plenty of managers out there who've had great careers but never get the recognition. He's get the recognition now because he's achieved something that possibly no other manager can ever match in a one-off season. I know Notts Forest fans may be watching and get upset. What they did over a 3-year period, European Cups, of course, I don't think will ever be beaten. But in a one-off season, what that man's done now, he's put himself up there that he will never, ever be forgotten. This story will be told in 50, 60, maybe 100 years' time. People will still be talking about this story because it's just so rare, that these type of things happen now. And those players are legends now for a lifetime. And his character, something you talked about earlier. We see the bravado, and you know what he's like in press conferences, the humour. And you talked about the steel inside him. How do you think he'll be feeling right now? Because I imagine he's an emotional man as well.
Oh, he's a very emotional man. All Italians are. And I've no doubt he'll be getting off the plane and he'll probably be in floods of tears. And, a very emotional man. Like I said, steely man, honourable man, and like I said, fully deserved. I'm absolutely over the moon, and like Jamie said, history is just it's been made, and it's going to be something which is going to be be set in history for a long while.
I think we've mentioned Claudio Ranieri, and a lot of the players. I think Jamie Vardy won the Football of the Year today, and they've been outstanding. But I think Scott mentioned it before, and I think Arsene Wenger made a great point. I think he done an interview a couple of weeks ago, and he said not one of these players was born on the red carpet. In terms of none of them started in Champions League. They've all got a story to tell how they've got here. None of them were sort of at huge clubs or went for huge transfer fees. Vardy, the example, coming from non-league. Mahrez, how cheap he was. Kante in midfield. They're the three sort of ones who've been going for the Player of the Year awards. And that's what it is for players as well. The example for players, not just players playing professionally now, young lads who get released to clubs, 14, 15, maybe get a professional contract and then go out the game. How many players, play a couple of games and you never see them again? What these players have done, obviously the ability they've shown, but the mental strength they've shown, not just now, as young players, the desire they've shown to get where they are. And as I've just said before, legends for a lifetime.
And an inspiration, as you say, to anyone now who looks at this story, any team in the Premier League, as Jamie said, will now look at it and say, hold on, we can do this. As a player, you can follow in the footsteps of Jamie Vardy and others. Mahrez, Kante, where they've come from.
For sure. This is not just a one-off game. Rugby World Cup, I think, of Japan beating South Africa. This is a season. This is over 40-odd games. This
9
is a
months
long,
worth.
Exactly that. And to sum it up in words, that all the words you can use, inspirational, incredible. Yeah, it is. It's pretty remarkable.
Do you genuinely think this is the biggest sporting upset there's ever been?
For sure, yeah. But certainly since I've been on this earth, it is. Yeah, Greece win the Euros, but still for me, the way it's been done, the team, from where some of these players were. Danny Simpson, Queen's Park Rangers, rejected from Queen's Park Rangers. He's coming to a team now and he's lifting the trophy. It's just remarkable.